Hello. Today, we're going to write some code. And no, I'm not joking. Let's get started. All right, a few housekeeping tidbits. In order to follow along with me, you will need to download and install .NET 5, which is a framework for building desktops, web applications, mobile applications, machine learning, which is pretty much AI and other services. It's a framework built for that, and you will also need to download Visual Studio Code. And when you go to the Visual Studio site, just pick Visual Studio Code. You can install the other Visual Studio if you want to, but that won't be covered in this video. Now, today I'm gonna pretty much show you the basics of writing a C# application. C Sharp's been around for almost 20 years now and is now on version 9 and has some really great features for beginning programmers and the like. So, let us get started. Once you've downloaded and installed Visual Studio Code and the .NET 5 SDK, uh, load up Visual Studio Code, and we're going to go to Terminal, and create a new terminal. It's going to take a little bit. All right. Once it shows the file path, by the way, I'm in an empty folder called AB Types. And to create this .NET application, this is my command line interface to create this application. All right. We're going to type net new console. Press enter. And as you can see, it wrote these files right here for us. Now let's look at the project file and make sure we're on the right framework version. We're on .NET version 5. You can have there are other versions of .NET. I got other versions of .NET installed on my machine, but this is the right version. Now let's go to the programming interface. Go to programming.cs. Now for many years, this was the entry point. This is the entry. This was the entry point of your code. And this is how C#1. This is how your code would start out. Let's delete this. Make our own console dot write line, AB, types, program, semicolon. Now let's pull back up a terminal and type .net. Oh, hold on, wait a minute. Run. And let's see what happens. Got the Hello World app. Hold on, wait a minute. I didn't save it. That wasn't supposed to happen. It was supposed to type what I put in there. Hold on just a minute. But that's not a problem. All that means is I didn't save. Make sure you're constantly saving your application. You can press Control S or whatever command that is on the machine you're using, because Visual Studio Code operates on Linux, Mac and Mac OS and Windows, and this code applies in those areas too. So now that I've saved this, let's try this again. Unfortunately, with my terminal, I can just press the up key and run it again. See? Now we got my title. Now, the purpose of this video is to actually teach you some basic types. And like I said, most of the code that's going to be executed is in this main. Always understand the code that's going to be executed for command line type applications is going to be in this main function right here. Doesn't return any values, but does have an array called args. All right, now let us create a string type, which is basically a type that is used to define characters. Type my name, Albert. And see what that squiggly line's for. This is our local variable. Let's string types allows you to type out text and do all kinds of other crazy things. Now let's type an integer, an int. Call this my int, and let's pick a random number, and let's use a double. My double equals and a random number, and let's analyze this. Ints represent whole numbers. Ints represent whole numbers. Doubles. There's other types similar to double. Decimals and other types represent real numbers. In other words, more accurate numbers. And string string represents what the string represents, text. Pretty much represents text. All right. Now that we have these variables, let's print these variables out. Now, before I do this, make my life just a make your lives just a little bit easier. Show you a nice little trick. Show you some game here using static system console. Oops, wrong word. My bad. System console. Now, what this allows us to do pretty much is to eliminate having to write the console. And now we just have to write, now we can just write the right line. All right. Now, let us write line, and we're going to use this, put a $sign in front of the string variable to allow us to put variables inside the string. Nice little feature that came along in one of the versions of C#. And we're going to type my string equals str. And snap. And hold on, let me and semicolon. Don't worry about that. This should be right. Right line, I got word wrap on, so don't worry about that. Now, let's type out my int. My int equals. Notice I put the variable in the curly bracket. My int. All right. Now, right line. One more time with the special character. My double equals my double. All right. Now we're going to save this, and hopefully if I have no errors, we're going to run this again. .net.run. And I didn't have any errors. And as you can see, pull up my terminal a little bit here. These are the basics of writing C# program. Now, was that hard? Oh, it's going to get hard later. But these are the steps we go to write software to help us in our daily lives. And understand this now. The computer's dumb as hell. You have to tell it to do everything. Learn it now and get over it. All right, let's make this a little bit more fancy. We're going to type here, right line, string, and add a little line right there. And we're going to save this again. And we're going to go back to our terminal and .net.run. And as you can see, we have a nicer layout of our program. Let's add one more thing before I display this outside this environment. We're gonna go to, let's see, add one more thing. We're gonna go to the bottom here. Gonna press enter, and we're going to type read line. You'll see why I typed that in a minute. Now, we did all that coding. We've done all that coding, and we're ready to see what that code looks like. And believe it or not, every time I press run, oh, just a minute before I do that, let me save this and type .NET run again, just to make sure it compiles, and notice that there's a read line, and press enter. Now what I compiled, believe it or not, what I compiled is this exe application right here. And every time I press .NET run, this is what I produce, this exe application called AB Types, which is the name of my folder. And as you can see, it's a self-running application. Yeah, this is a self-running application. You could do this if you put the time and effort into it. It's a self-running application. And this is just a taste of what you can do with C#. Do much more than write out text and numbers and stuff. More to come in this video. There are a lot of excellent features in C#9, but I wanted to go over some basic variable types and not overwhelm you. But yeah, this has been my programming tutorial. This is AB Media 83, and I'm out.
Yo, this is AB Media 83. If you like this content, support the channel, support your interests. Don't sit up here and be another statistic. Use your own gifts. Keep it grinding. Keep it pushing. Keep it moving. This is AB Media 83, and I'm out.